What is up, people? It is me, Monster58. Welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XVI. In the previous part, we ended up finally making our way with the help of the survivor of the night at Phoenix Gate, Sir Wade. We were able to actually go and meet up with our Uncle Byron in Port Isolde to get the boat that we need to sail to Drake's Fang. Not only the home of another Mother Crystal to destroy, but also the previous guest's little home, I guess if you want to call it that, of Jill, and a way for her to face her past. And so, in this episode, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be tackling some side quests that are scattered around here. I think there might be some. I don't know if there are any on the map. No, there's just a couple here. We're going to take care of those and see if there's any new notorious marks. I'm not sure if there are. Actually, let's go check that real quick before we do anything else. I'd like to make sure. But yeah, obviously in the last episode, you know, all those, there's a lot that got revealed and everything, but it was really heartwarming to see Clive reunite with his uncle. That was really, really cool. Alright, let's go. Hi, Nectar. Let's see the hunt board. Is there anything new? No, there's not anything new. Perfect, actually. So, let's go and do these side quests. So what does this guy have? I believe he's one of the cursed breakers? No, curse breakers, excuse me.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Yet normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Alrighty, now this side quest, I believe, is honestly it's important, and it's important in the way because if you do complete this side quest, and this ends up being like a whole line of side quests for Blackthorn in particular, you actually find out a lot about Blackthorn and his past, as you'll see as we go through these side quests. But it gets Blackthorn, I believe, to get you to be able to make some new gear, so would highly recommend you actually go and complete these. Now this one, I believe, I think I know what this one is over here too, by the actual, like, you know, area where you eat, essentially the canteen. But let's do this Blackthorn one first, obviously.
First August, and now you. What you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. Now, every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right, we're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
He's not a monster. He's Torgal. And he'd take a liking to you too if you gave him as many nuts as Nan does.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Next all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe... Caer Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leather worker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Alrighty. It is time to take a look at the hunt board. But yes, he is right that August said it's in Caer Northern. I actually more or less remember where it is off the top of my head. Because this is obviously, like I told you, the start to a line of side quests that ends up becoming pretty important. So, alright, let's talk to Nectar and see if we can locate this griffin. Alright, there he is, Dozemare. While passing along the trail from Lostwing to Caer Northern, one of our order was met with a sudden blast of wind so strong that it bent the back of the trunks of the old oaks, and heard a cry so terrible that he ran for his life. Questioning the locals, revealed that his area was a nesting place of the elder griffin known as Dozemare, a beast much hated for its appetite both for chocobos and for children. Alrighty, so, if we go to the map here, let's take a look at, where is Caer Northern? So it's Lostwing, right? So it should be up here, actually. Yep, so I believe we have to go to Lostwing here, and then we have to make our way out of the gate towards Caer Northern. So I will meet you guys over towards that exit, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so I believe you head through here, and if I'm not mistaken, do you remember where we fought those goblins for that quest with, oh my god, for that quest where we had to find, my goodness, why am I forgetting his name, the ruler, the guy who runs Lostwing, why am I forgetting his name? Regardless, we're finding one of his men, and sadly, we found that he was killed by a band of goblins. The griffin is not far from there. So what you want to do is make your way over this bridge. This is the first place you want to go, and you should be able to see the griffin essentially right when you cross the bridge. If we want to know where I am on the map, here's Lostwing, and then here is where I am. So he'll be right over here.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Alright, here he is, Dozmar, just like we saw on the hunt board. So let's get rid of this guy and help out Blackthorn if we can.
The rug will have to wait.
Look sharp. There's this. Oh, ow, that hurt. This guy can be pretty tough. I wouldn't count him out. Kinda screwed that up, it's okay. There we go, nice. Very nice. Boom, okay. Then we can do this, pull him down. We'll use Gouge here, do a good amount of damage to him. Very nice. Very nice. Able to counter that pretty well. Very nice. We'll do this. All that. Nice. Oh wow, we did an insane amount of damage there. That's pretty crazy. Alright, watch out for that. Very nice. Ooh. I thought I was able to dodge that. Well, you can, I just screwed it up. Very nice, and we countered that. And then we'll pull him down here, and then use Gouge. We're kind of cooking here at the last part. As you can see, he's decently tough, but I wouldn't count him like super strong, but obviously do not take him lightly either. Nice. This should deal a decent amount of damage to him. Oh, whoops. I screwed that up. I'm going to do this. Very nice. We block that with Will of the Wikes. Nice. Here we go. And then this. And then boom, 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 and then that. Come on, come on, come on. A lot of damage, a lot of damage. Not quite, but we're close. Dodged it with Rook's Gambit. Nice dodge. Dodge again. Should be able to kill him here. Nope. Very close up. Nice. There we go. Okay. As you can see, the Griffin really wasn't too bad. Nice. We're at 1,000 ability points too. That's huge.
Is something there, boy? Could that be our man? Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Alrighty, now we can head back to Blackthorn. Very, very nice. So yeah, even though this is probably the longest side quest...
Luck, Clive might even find the geezer.
Bloody busybodies, the both of you.
You know, this is the longest side quest that we've done thus far, but honestly, well worth it, I think. Especially when you think about how this goes further into the game. Me thinking about how it goes further into the game, highly recommend completing this one.
How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive, you didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. but I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. Nah, it wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted, I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
This is one of those side quests that I didn't really cut that much out of, just due to the fact that it's just really nice, and you really get to know Blackthorn a bit more. He starts to open up a bit more and more. So like I said, Drake Slayer gear recipes unlocked. That's why I said it's also pretty important that you pick these up, because now he has more stuff that he can make for you. Better gear, you know, it's super, super cool. So, you have to obtain the design draft for Drake Slayer gear. Design drafts unlock new crafting options at the Black Hammer. Visit Blackthorn in the Hideaway for details on material requirements. So, if we go to him,
Clive.
let's go see what he can make now. So, there's nothing here, I believe. Is it? Yeah, there. The Drake Slayer's belt. Yeah, so we need... that's about the same. But here's the Drake Slayer's belt, which we still don't have enough. Electrum, that's a pretty hard material to come by. I believe that the next ability we have to get Electrum is through a hunt board creature that we can fight. And then same thing for the bracelets. That gelatinous mess, I believe, is also a hunt board exclusive for the time being. So we have the recipes for them, though, and would highly recommend we work towards those next. So these are really, really nice pieces of gear. Like I said, highly recommend you do this this side quest. But with that, let's go back to Karen, because we need to... Well, actually, let's do this side quest first.
I didn't take you for a scholarly van.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first ton of worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Alrighty, though this one's a bit all over the place, and it's a bit long as well, so we're going to be cutting a decent chunk of this, I imagine, in the edit, because I'm already 27 minutes into recording just for these couple of side quests, so I'd rather get this sort of over with, so that we can move on with the story at least a decent bit. Not a lot today.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other, don't we?
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up. hence the name. Used to chuck 'em in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer. When there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 Reeds would be your best bet, if memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
Alrighty, it looks like we gotta go find some scorpions. So we're gonna head out here, and I'm just gonna told you, like I said, I'm just gonna cut this because it's just gonna take a minute, right? So might as well hurry it up.
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against.
Alrighty, I'm gonna take these guys out, and we'll keep it going. Alrighty, not too bad whatsoever.
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
I did indeed.
Marvelous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long. I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm, not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss. Odin's teeth. What an assault on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency, there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavors, but never have I tasted anything so fine. Thank you, Sid. Thank you.
You're, welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's Stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
You know what this reminds me of? I'm a fan of the anime, and at least I know that there was a light novel and stuff like that for it. Of the anime, that time I got reincarnated as a slime, and currently as I'm recording this, season 4 is being released. What this reminds me of is, if you don't know the show, if you do know the show, I'll just say this out loud. There's a character, she's like the main character's secretary. Her name is Shion, and like she has like this innate ability, at least earlier in the show, to cook terrible food. And like there's a point where the main character Rimuru, he ends up like putting one of his other second in command under the bus for telling him that his sister's food is terrible. And then she gets pissed off, and like there's a time where she like serves like she serves like a thing of tea or coffee or something to Rimuru, and it looks like death. It literally looks like the Chancer's Stew is what it looks like. So but with that all out of the way, and that little tangent out of the way, what we're going to do is we're going to go buy some items. I need to buy a couple more strength tonics, and then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our abilities, because we have over 1,000 ability points now. So let's pick up some strength tonics here. Is there anything even here? Yeah, I don't really like any of those charms, I'll be honest with you. Alright, buy one. Very nice. And we'll buy a regular potion. Can't go wrong. Okay, very nice. Alrighty, so we got both of those. We are good to go. And now, before we speak with Vivian, we're gonna walk over near her, and then we're gonna look at the abilities. I think we're just gonna end up upgrading one of the big ones because I think it's really nice to be able to upgrade one of the big ones. So, if we go here, let's go to the abilities. Come on. Oh, we've actually upgraded them in full. I guess we might as well just upgrade Limit Break. Yeah, just upgrade Limit Break, yep. And then we'll go for these next. So, probably go for Scarlet Cyclone next, and then maybe, Lightning Rod. I think we should do Lightning Rod first, yeah. Let's do Lightning Rod first, I think. Yeah, we'll do that first. Okay. Alright. Now we can actually move on with the actual story, so let's speak to Vivian.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No. The Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago, in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether, and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Justanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drustanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's Breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Alrighty. Which is no shocker. We basically knew most of that, just not in that specific detail, but yes. Alrighty. It's time to speak with Jill, see if she's ready to head off to face her past once again, and for us to help, for us to destroy the Mother Crystal.
It'll
will be over soon. One way or another.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill. When you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drake's breath, were you?
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the Crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things. I'm going to kill him. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me. What I need to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
Alrighty, it is time to head to Drake's Breath. Now, I probably ended up getting it wrong in the beginning. I know I called it Drake's Fang. I'm sorry about that. I always get confused. But I probably corrected myself by putting like quick text on the screen. But we're going to get started with this, but we're not going to finish it, obviously. We'll be doing the majority of the fighting here at Drake's Breath in the next episode, but we'll start it for sure. So, without further ado, folks, we've completed all the side quests. We've done the hunt board. It is time to head to Drake's Breath to take down Drake's Breath as a Mother Crystal, as well as kill Imran to let Jill move on from her past.
Useful trick. Freezing and thawing the spray to make mist. How did you learn to use your powers like this?
The Masters made me do it. When the Crusaders took to the seas, to keep the fleet's movements from prying eyes. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
This may be the only chance I get to go back. My only chance to put things right. I have to do this. Whatever the cost.
All right.
She is. The Iron Kingdom's Mother Crystal.
Drake's Breath. Strong currents, sharp rocks, and ether floods. Let's not forget them. This island is a natural fortress.
But safety breeds complacency, allowing a single rowing boat to slip in unseen. The sanctuary is inside the mountain. If we follow the old trail, we should be able to enter by the back gate.
Right. Let's go.
Alrighty. Real quick, I guess a little another tangent I'd like to say is
I always imagined when I came here it would be to reclaim it.
It used to belong to Rosaria, didn't it?
Once, though it's been in the Ironblood's clutches for far too long.
As was I. For 13 years, this rock was my home. I know its secrets only too well. This path was abandoned after an ether flood. They don't guard it anymore.
The perfect little shortcut.
You know, that one section, what reminds me, in that cutscene, what it reminds me of, if you know Avatar: The Last Airbender, it reminds me of Sokka and Zuko going to the Boiling Rock.
The ether flood must have spread. It was never as bad as it before. And the only way past them is through them.
But yes, it reminds me of when Zuko and Sokka went to the Boiling Rock. That's what it reminds me of. It also reminds me of when the waterbenders were using mist when they invaded on the Day of the Black Sun. That's what it also reminds me of, which is really cool that Jill learned to use her powers like that. Obviously, in quite unfortunate circumstances. Stupid. Okay, we're just gonna do that because I'm getting tired of that. I got hit for the stupid wasp. There we go. Damn hornet. Alrighty, I know exactly where we're gonna call it quits. It's once we make our way up to this mountain, up through it. You'll see. It won't take too long, but there's something at nearly towards the top before we enter inside that we're gonna have to fight.
Earthquake.
They happen all the time. That wasn't even a bad one. It's nothing to worry about.
You say so, Jill. Nice. And boom! And easy done. Alright, very, very nice. Alrighty, got one more gate, I believe, to go through. And I think this is where... Oh, no, not this one yet. There's one more, I think, after this. What's up, buddy? A giant Minotaur. Damage. Nice, and we'll go with that. And we'll do that, pull him down, hit him with Gouge. Should do a fair bit of damage here. Oh, that stupid wolf hit me, and that screwed me. And this. And then this, and this, and this. Nice damage. Man, we cooked that guy. Jesus Christ, look at how much health he lost. Oh, I got it. Okay, I thought I didn't get it. Oh, ow, that hurt. I guess I was too into the combo. Nice dodge there. There we go. Very nice. Do this. This. There we go. Okay, very, very nice. Got a level up to level 28.
The old Arboretum is just up ahead. We'll enter the caves from there.
I mean, you can see how this place is flooded with ether, which is a sign for not good things. Lots of Akashic, essentially. Got a nice little chest here. Let's see what it gives us. Ooh, that's for the ultimate ability for the for a Garuda, and don't care that much for it.
Look at this place. What a mess.
Wait.
It's turned.
Nothing a shield of Rosaria can't handle. Just like old times. You sure to keep clear of his ball?
Believe me.
Shades of the past. But yes, here we're fighting an Akashic Morble. This thing is definitely tougher. This thing is definitely tougher than it was before. It's got some new attacks. A couple, I think, Akashic-based ones for the most part. But yeah. It more or less attacks the same way we did when we fought it 18 years ago, so don't worry too much about that. Oh yeah, this is new. This is new. What? Yep. Dodge, nice. Not too bad. See if we can. Nice, and then we'll pull it down here. Got him. There we go. Okay. Hit it with Gouge here, do a significant amount of damage, and then we can try and use Rook's Gambit here to do some more. Oh, come on, man. I hinted that away. Very nice. Good damage there. And dot. Dude, I guess it. Okay. Oh yeah, watch out for the tentacles again. If I'm not mistaken, you actually can't hit these. What, that hit? That's so annoying, actually, that hit. Alright, so here's that, and then we'll do this. Do this. And this. There we go. Nice, and that, and this. And we'll just keep hitting it here. Nice damage. That's a lot of damage. Jesus, dude. Grab a potion, might as well, right? Alright, now this is similar to what he did in the past before. And here's one. So watch out, these you don't want to step in these either. He's gonna jump around like he did before, just dodge. Dodge again. Dodge again. Oops. Oh, oops. Oh, uh-oh.
I still can't believe they can jump. Where these things have roots?
I wish. Oh, he's gonna charge up. Oh, I forgot about that one. That's my bad. I'm kind of hinting this away. I apologize for that. Trust me, I don't think that this guy's all that tough. I'm just playing really bad right now. There we go again. And come on. There we go. Okay. No, okay. Of course I can't. I didn't time that correctly. Never timed that correctly. Okay, I saw. Alright, here we go. Come on. There we go, got it. That, this. There we go. Get some healing off here. There we go, okay. I kind of ended that fight away, but for the most part we were able to get through it, so. I'm sorry about that, Jesus. I hate the timing of the tentacles that he spawns on the ground, so that's annoying.
Press on.
Yes.
Alrighty, folks. with us heading to Drake's Breath after completing some side quests, one for Blackthorn and one for our kitchen. Next time on Final Fantasy XVI, we'll be continuing our way and fighting through Drake's Breath to hopefully find Imran and take down the Mother Crystal. So I hope you guys look forward to that. So I thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also follow me on the socials, those will be linked in the description below. And with that, guys, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this episode, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes.